In a world where hopium and common sense collide, starring the CryptoKeeper and BlockchainCrusader. Welcome to Debate Crypto.
Question everything.
Trust nothing.
It's your boys, Keeper and Crusader, and we have a special guest on the show this evening for another beautiful Monday night for Magic Money Monday. We have got Forrest from Cryptostackers. Forrest, how are you doing, brother?
Good. How about you? Thanks for having me on.
Dude, we are excited to have you on. For the crypto fam that hasn't been around long, we just recently made a switch. So Monday evenings, we've been asked to do a little bit more TA. So what better than to bring one of the best in the business in Forrest from Cryptostacker. So we brought Forrest in. We're going to do a little bit more altcoin-centric show this evening. Now, we will go over the macros of the market, see what's actually happening. You know, we're not going to leave you in the dark, right? It is Debate Crypto. But we're going to have some fun diving into some TA this evening. So make sure that you guys stick around for that. Also, Miguel, tell the people, what do they really need to know about this evening?
Well, this evening is the night, right? We've been waiting around for quite a bit of time. You guys have been hearing about 5 ETH opportunity, how to make 5 ETH, how to win 5 ETH. Well, tonight's the night, right? Tonight's the night of the commodities drop. So 11 o'clock p.m. Eastern time tonight, we will be minting the commodities, and that would be your way to enter this 5 ETH competition. I know you guys, the market's been down. Some of you might have lost some money in FTX, right? This is the opportunity right before the holidays to be able to get some money back, some ETH, and maybe, give some of your family gifts or whatever, or, just be able to recuperate your portfolio. 5 ETH is 5 ETH, guys. That is some life-changing money. A lot of people don't have 5 ETH in their entire portfolios.
Bullets, beans, and bourbon. So, Forrest, we've I don't think we've told you this before, but we've got some commodities coming out this evening. They fill up our bug out bags. We're the crazy prepper guys, right? We're trying to teach people the way. We're trying to say, hey, listen, make sure your family's prepared just in case something would go down. Let me ask you a question, Forrest. Do you have any sort of a fail-safe plan as it relates to, your house, your food, your water, your freedom seeds? Do you have any sort of a game plan should things kind of go south in our economy?
Not as much as I should, honestly. The good news is I live fairly close to my parents, and they do. So I'm like 25 minutes away from my parents, and my parents are, they've got that locked down. They've got covered. They've got the safe room, the prepping stuff. So
they got a safe room? Like legitimately they have a safe room? That's dope.
Not like a state of the art like one, but just, one in the basement. That's So yes and no. I'm kind of a little bit dependent on them, but fortunately, depending on what the emergency was, as long as I could get 25 minutes down the road, we're good. But no, we keep food on hand, non-perishables and some water, but not as much as we should, just because I have kind of the luxury of depending on my parents still.
Dude, it's funny. Same thing with, so no, I'm not going to say that I'm depending on my parents specifically, but I think we all have, missed the mark a little bit when it comes to being prepared in a lot of different ways. And I'm not just saying in the prepper space. I think we found out recently with the huge dump from FTX, right? Who wasn't prepared? Anybody that had money on a freaking exchange that had to do, you know what I mean? Like ultimately people realized, wow, Keeper and Crusader have been telling me to put it on a hardware wallet for how long? Now we know why. And so I just think that trying to think a couple steps ahead is always important. So crypto fam, if you're not a part of or in the Discord already, jump in there tonight. FOMO with Loudmouth, 11 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Guys, I know it's late, okay, but it will be worth it. We're going to be giving away some lacies on there, some Lazy Ape Yacht Clubs. We are going to be giving away a bug out bag this evening. We got lots of giveaways happening while the mint party is going on. That's on Twitter. That is a Twitter space tonight, 11 p.m. FOMO with Loudmouth. So make sure that you guys are around for that. Well, without further adu, let's dive into the markets and take a little peek, a little look, see what's going on. This, let's see here. Let me pull up the. Forrest, I'm going to ask you to toss a little TA our way here in just a second on Bitcoin, if you would, okay? All right, so Today's global cryptocurrency market cap is 788. Oh my gosh. The number in the front keeps changing and it's going the wrong direction. 788.04 billion with a B dollars. That's down 2.32%. Bitcoin no longer holding 16K as support, 15,894. And it was actually quite a bit lower than that a little bit ago. ETH hanging at that 1100, down 2.25%. Guys, it's ugly. You know, the entire market is down 8, 10, 12% through the top 10 over the last week. So I would pose this question to you, Forrest. What are the technicals telling us about that? And I want to just take a real quick second to say, we do have an affiliate link down below the video for Cryptostackers. One of the things that Forrest has is a package of indicators. Super dope. If you want to, I don't know if you want to show that on here, Forrest, or not, but we do have that below the video. So make sure that you guys check that out. Forrest has been doing TA for a long time, as you're about to find out right now. So what do you see in the technicals, Forrest? What's going on?
Yeah, absolutely. So let me share my screen here. Setting, whoops. Share screen. There we go. You guys can see this okay?
Yes, sir.
Is this popping up?
Oh, yeah. I said yes, sir. Sorry, maybe you didn't hear me. My bad.
Oh, no worries. Okay, so so like right now, a couple things you have to understand. I like trading on leverage and do so fairly frequently, and have had quite a bit of success, especially in certain, like this consolidation range over here, this consolidation range over here, and then more recently, these last two consolidation ranges. I am not trading on leverage right now, or very, very little. I have some bids. The reason that I'm not trading on leverage is because this market is trading based off of news, tweets, and forced selling / capitulations and just random stuff like this FTX hacker who is probably Sam Bankman-Fried. I've heard rumors it's the Bahamian government. Doesn't really seem like the Bahamian government would be selling ETH for rent Bitcoin. So like if the hacker just decides to start dumping Ethereum or starts dumping Bitcoin, the technicals are going to matter to some degree. There will still be some key support levels because buyers are going to step in at certain levels and sellers are going to step in at certain levels if we see any sort of rally. But the short-term timeframes right now are very, very volatile. So I'm staying away from these shorter-term timeframes. Get rid of that. So what you're going to see me doing a lot is zooming out to the daily and the weekly. I don't know why that keeps. There we go. The daily and the weekly. So we're on the daily right here on the Bitcoin. And guys, if I zoom out, let's actually zoom out to the weekly. We so frequently see these like doomsday predictions of 3K Bitcoin, 2K Bitcoin, 6K Bitcoin. We on the other side of things, we see when in the bull market, we were seeing 100K Bitcoin, we were seeing 200K Bitcoin, 300K Bitcoin. Guys, historically, these easy bands, this is an indicator that I personally developed, and this is an indicator that I use for longer term situations, longer term technical analysis. Historically, Bitcoin has literally never since its inception closed a weekly candle outside of this green easy band range, right? This bottom green bold easy band, right? And I call them the easy bands because it makes things easy, right? So every time we've ever come down to touch this and we've dipped below it like 2 times, we dipped below it in January of 2015 and we dipped below it in 3 times in the pandemic crash, March of 2020. And then most recently, we took a very, very slight dip below it in June, right? So never have we ever just dropped like 30 or 40% below this level, the green easy band zone. Now this line is tilted downwards and it can continue to drop. But when people are saying, 6K Bitcoin in the next, week or two, it's statistically super, super improbable. 6K Bitcoin is right there. And this line needs to be needs to have the color change. So
that would be significantly below your easy bands for sure.
This would be significantly below. And yes, you know, the more time we spend below this purple dashed line, that's our 21-week simple moving average, the more these bands are going to start creeping down. So I'm not saying that 6K is not on the table. What I'm saying is that 6K is extraordinarily improbable in this particular leg of a drop. Right. So what 6K may be on the table, but what'll probably happen if we do see 6K is we'll bounce off of 10K. We'll come back up and retest our 21-week simple moving average. We'll fail again, like we failed the last 2 times that were really 3 times we tested it. Zoom in a little bit here so you guys can see this. Right. And then from here, from this, 12 to 15K region, then we could, as these green easy bands start to come down, and even then it would be maybe May or June before 6K becomes a real possibility. And yes, we could see Bitcoin miners, go under and capitulation, and DCG could go bankrupt. And maybe, just maybe, if we saw this Grayscale trust dissolve, and worst case scenario, they had to market sell. And even then, like, they're not going to market sell all their Bitcoin. They're going to find a buyer for their Bitcoin over the counter. It's just very unlikely that they're just going to dump it on the open market. So, going down to 6K in the next week or two, it's just very, very unlikely. However, where we do see capitulation support all the time, very frequently, is this green band. And this is the last time we touched this, I said, tweet it out, there's a strong chance that this is the Bitcoin local bottom. Right? Or a local bottom for Bitcoin. Not necessarily the bear market bottom. Just like if we drop down here, right? That doesn't necessarily mean it's the bear market bottom. It just means it's probably a local bottom, and we'll come back up and test our 21-week simple moving average again to either break up above it, hopefully, or if we break down lower, then maybe we have 6K on the table. But historically, every time we've ever come near this level, near this line, we get a really solid bounce, and we do a mean reversion back up to our 21-week simple moving average. It just happens time and time again. And then if you break the 21-week simple moving average after a bounce off of the green band, it's usually a sign of a really, really nice rally. Really
Can you use the easy bands for any shorter term? So if somebody looked at this and they said, "Hey, well, listen, this looks fantastic. I love the indicator package that you've put together here. It looks pretty simple. Can you use it on a shorter time frame, or is it a package of different indicators put together? This is just one of them that you use."
Yeah, this is just one of them that I use, and this is what I start using when we really start capitulating and we're in the extremes of these ranges, right? So this can be used for any cryptocurrency. This is, going to be most accurate for large caps, Bitcoin and Ethereum. What you'll see with some crazy low caps is or even Doge in a bull market, it can go above, it can spend some time outside of these bounds. But what this really tells us is, and we do have some shorter term indicators we can get into here in just a second, like the margin pressure levels and other stuff. But all this is telling us is it's really just telling us if Bitcoin's overbought or oversold. Right now, it's a little bit oversold, but it's not like crazy oversold. We were just on our 21-week simple moving average. It is oversold, but it has room to go down. This can come down to 10K. It's funny that you put 10K in the 10K target in the title. Because that would be like that'd be the level that we would bounce at more than likely. That's our green easy band target.
You'd almost think I was in the crypto space. This is crazy. I said you'd almost think I was in the crypto space. That's crazy.
Yeah, absolutely. So, look, what this helps us do is it helps us regulate our targets, right? When we start seeing 100K Bitcoin, or like we were seeing targets of 200K Bitcoin. Right. It doesn't make sense. When has Bitcoin ever spent that much time outside of the bound of this red easy band zone? It just doesn't do that. Right. So at any given time, if we just look at all of this data, right, we look at the entire price action history for Bitcoin, it spends 99% of its time within the confines of these bands. And the only time it ever exits it is just the slightest wick to the downside, right? Just, maybe mere hours, maybe a day at most outside of the green easy band. And then in bull market tops, we can get overblown. And that's a really big signal that it's probably a top. If we're spending some time outside of the red easy band, right? We're probably very close to a top. So this is just going to help us regulate, okay, what is a realistic target here? Or do we really want to sit and wait for 6K and just pray that, we get filled at 6K? No, that being our base case, in my opinion, it's not smart. It's not statistically, it's probable. It's just, statistically improbable. So that's not going to be my base case. I'm going to bid at 10K, right? I'll bid at 10 to 13K, because this green dashed line can oftentimes act as support as well before we drop to the green bold band. And then same thing to the top side. It's like, Bitcoin's got to start curving these bands back upwards in a bull market before we can start putting in these higher targets.
Mm-hmm. Man, so that's on the weekly time frame for everybody watching. Forrest literally has the entirety of the crypto markets pulled up there. If you zoom, you just did it. Yeah, that's what I wanted to see. I was going to say, if you zoomed into a daily, I wanted to see what it looked like.
Yep. So these bands will still be in the same place, like they auto adjust to the time frame. So our green easy band level still at around $10,200, and it is moving down a little bit. So if we capitulated, it'd probably be at like 10, maybe 9.8, 9.7, but roughly in the 10K zone. But this will auto adjust to any time frame. Like we could zoom into the 4 hour, right, and we're still going to see this, same level. We're just going to get more granularity with our price action, our candles.
Gotcha. Miguel, what are you in any trades right now? Are you doing anything specifically right now? I know we've been working on the NFT project, but I haven't asked you that recently. Are you in any trades right now? Are you currently trading at all?
No, I'm not. I haven't had any time. I was away for a couple of days. I've been doing the NFT stuff, plus work and everything else going on. Just haven't had time to look at any charts to actually get into a trade.
Yeah, I've been kind of kicking around the idea of jumping into a trade here and there. You guys know how I roll. I get in, get out, play around a little bit, hopefully make some money, and then tell you guys about either my triumph or my failure. You will find out here. But definitely going to be checking out some more on your indicator for us. So thank you for showing us that. Crypto Fam, just throwing out there, somebody said that the super chats are down. I'm not really sure if maybe one person's having problems or what. Thank you very much for the thought. Unforgettable name. We definitely appreciate you for trying. Thank you very much for that. Hey, sometimes they are just down. So again, Crypto Fam, smash the likes, follow Forrest. He's 0x Stacker on Twitter, and then all his other socials, his website, Cryptostackers.pro is all down below the video. Okay. So I want to tell you, let me see here. Where did that go? No, that's not what I wanted. Let me see here. Sorry about that, guys. I thought I had something pulled up. Okay, forget it. I don't have it pulled up. I thought I had it pulled up. What is the are you, so Forrest, you said you're not currently leverage trading. So that means, you said, hey, it's so news driven right now. I just don't feel comfortable leverage trading. Are you even looking at any alts right now? We want to do kind of an altcoin centric stream. What kind of alts are you looking at, if any?
Yeah, for sure. Let me, I'll share my screen once more and we can kind of walk through them. So, look, I used to work at, the super chats are rolling in now, it looks like.
That was not a dirty trick, by the way. Thank you, Crypto Fam. I appreciate you, Kenton. We appreciate you, bro. That'd be a dirty trick, wouldn't it? Oh man, the super chats aren't working. Can somebody try it? Yeah. Thank you very much.
It only works if you go over $100 or over. Yeah. So look, I used to work at Token Metrics. I was the head of research there. We did a lot of both market research, technical analysis based stuff, but also a lot of fundamental research. And I have a framework for ranking and rating cryptocurrencies. And there's some there's some subjectiveness to what variables people value the most. But right now in this current market, these are the cryptocurrencies that I've rated the highest for me personally. So if the cryptocurrency that you personally like or somebody personally likes isn't, in my top 4 cryptocurrencies, I'm sorry. That's just, like there's probably a good cryptocurrency. It's probably a good altcoin, but this is just based on my criteria and what I'm most interested in accumulating. That's just one person's perspective. So I know there's a lot of Cardano fans out there. Cardano's not in my top 4 right now. Still think it's a really good cryptocurrency. Still think it'll be around in 5 years. I think it'll, perform extraordinarily well, but I'm just not personally looking for an accumulation in this bear market. So the 4 that I'm looking at are Ethereum, Chainlink, Matic, and QNT for various reasons. We can, talk about them if
are those the 4 that you're trading, or those are the 4 you're accumulating long term?
Accumulating long term if our targets are hit. If my targets are hit, we'll walk through these targets in just a moment. Actually, I think I have the targets down here. They're just the wrong color. There we go. So here's Ethereum. Look, easy bands. We're making things simple. 99% of crypto losses could be avoided from 99% of people, and keep in mind that like 87% of statistics are made up on the spot. 97% or 99% is just what I made up on the spot. But the vast majority of losses could be avoided if people were just disciplined and used an indicator like the easy bands to identify good accumulation zones and times when it's a good time to take profits or consider taking profits or trim, right? So for Ethereum here, one of the best times to accumulate. Well, goal number 1 is to not buy all-time high. Like, I don't know why people want to buy all-time highs. Like, who's buying ETH when it's at $3,000 to $4,000? Like, it's at an all-time high. That's a recipe for losing money. So instead, what I do is I'm just remain very disciplined about only buying when we're in this green easy band region. And yes, when you're in a bear market, you can creep down, right? You can ride this lower, right? But if your first Ethereum accumulation in the last bear market was at $400, you did great, right? Because you weren't buying at 800 or above. You weren't buying Ethereum at $1,200. You weren't buying the top and having to ride it all the way down to $80. You were accumulating from $370, again at $200, and again at like $100. Right. And then the next time you accumulated it was over here under $100. Right. So same thing over here. Accumulated some ETH as early as $2,200, accumulated more from $1,800 all the way down to $880, accumulated a ton underneath this green easy band level because it was just so oversold. It was bound to bounce back up. And now my next accumulation target, just turn the DCA back on. If we go into this region, there we go, below $1,025. And this is preemptive a little bit above our green easy band zone, but it's really, if we kind of zoom in here and I get rid of all that mess, that $1,025 region, that's just because that's where this structural support was over here. It's really like $1,016. So this is the zone that I want to be accumulating in. Is it possible that we drop below the green easy bands on Ethereum? Yes, historically, Ethereum does have a little bit more propensity to drop below the green bands in a bear market than Bitcoin does. Bitcoin like never does it, and it doesn't stick there. But every time Ethereum's ever dropped below these bands, it's been just a lights out buy. So I'll be accumulating all the way down to $600 if we go that low. So that's ETH. Very simple. It's not complicated. And look, if we don't get down there, then I won't accumulate. I've already accumulated a bunch, around this $800 to $1,200 region. Chainlink. I really like Chainlink and the fact that they're going to be launching staking here in like 2.5 weeks. I think December 6th is when it goes live. So looking to accumulate Chainlink if we get a capitulation down below $5. So if we drop into this range, and Chainlink has done a really good job of respecting its easy bands. One of the best times to buy it would have been this capitulation back in March of 2020 where it dropped to this zone. And the great thing about Chainlink is it's actually a bear market coin. It's a bear market coin. So I've got...
what do you mean by a bear market coin?
Yeah, so let me throw on Bitcoin against the US dollar, and let me throw this on a new right scale, and then we'll try to get this on logarithmic, this on logarithmic. All right, and then we'll hide that. There we go. All right, so you see here in the orange, I've got Bitcoin's price. Okay. And in the pink, I've got, there we go. In the pink, I've got Chainlink's dominance, right? This is Chainlink's market share. And then for comparison purposes, I've got Solana. You can see that Solana, this is Solana's dominance, not its price. So it's market share. Solana performed extraordinarily well in the bear market, or I'm sorry, in the bull market when Bitcoin was going up. And I'll brighten this up just a little bit. I don't know why it defaults to like slightly transparent. Kind of annoying that it does that. So when Bitcoin's running well and we're in a very clear bull market, right? Solana did extremely well, but as soon as Bitcoin peaked, Solana just started shedding market dominance, started shedding market share. I'll get rid of Solana there, and we'll look at Chainlink. Chainlink here in the pink. This is its market share. Look at the bear market performance out of Chainlink. Chainlink's dominance, it outperformed the rest of the market in terms of market dominance throughout the entire bear market, right? And then when it actually started losing dominance, when it started performing poorly, was towards the beginning, right here, towards the beginning when we were really starting to go into another bull market. Starting to go into a bull market here, Chainlink peaked, and this was essentially the bull market. And we really kind of confirmed the bear market over here when like Terra Luna collapsed. So when we had dropped down here, we weren't really sure if we were in a bear market or a bull market. Still, there was a lot of, in hindsight, it's 2020. It was obvious kind of that we had already peaked. But there was a lot of hopium in the air that maybe we could go back up. We were kind of breaking through some resistance. Like, hey, maybe we'll have one more peak and maybe we'll get like a triple top or something. But that is really when Chainlink was performing the worst, was in this stretch of bull market. Now, since May, really for the last 5 or 6 months, Chainlink's starting to creep up again in dominance, right? We're in this bear market. It's historically performed well in a bear market. So I think Chainlink is probably a pretty decent allocation of capital. If you have to be in something in a bear market and you're looking for something with a catalyst coming up with staking, and you want to get into something that's, got a good use case, solid tokenomics, solid fundamentals, Chainlink down here, $3 to $5. That's my accumulation range. So if we capitulate down here below this kind of sideways range that we've been chopping in, then I'll be picking up Chainlink below $5 all day long. So yeah. And I've got two more if we've got time. We want to take a look at Matic and QNT, but I don't want to take up all the airspace.
Sure. No, for sure.
Yeah, so Matic, look, Matic, the thesis on Matic is very simple. It's this idea that they're the best at business development and onboarding users. A lot of, the blockchain and like decentralization purists, like they get hung up on Matic and they say, well, Matic is, potentially more centralized, or it doesn't have the most transactions per second, or it's not the best technology. And all of those things may be true, but and if you believe that only the best technology is going to win in this space, that's kind of, maybe your thesis, maybe someone's thesis. It's not necessarily my thesis. My thesis is similar to like a video game, right? The video games that make the most money are the ones that have the most players, like Fortnite, Call of Duty, World of Warcraft, you name it. Like you can't make money if you don't have players. So you can have this great, AAA graphics game, but if there's something wrong in the gameplay, or you just can't get streamers to stream it, so to bring in onboard players, you have a marketing problem, you're not going to make any money with that video game, right? And it's probably, that was probably very expensive to develop, and you have a marketing problem. Well, Matic doesn't have a marketing problem. Matic is insane at business development, and they've onboarded a lot of big players onto their chain as users, and I believe that they're going to continue to be able to do that. So my targets for Matic for accumulation are down here again in the green easy bands, 40 to 60 cents. So currently the easy bands are kind of tilting upwards. They're moving upwards a little bit. As we drop, and if we drop below this 21-week simple moving average, Matic's holding up really well here at 80 cents. It's, bounced up from like 33 cents all the way up to $1.29. It's actually performing pretty well here. If we do capitulate, I want to be grabbing it down here between 40 and 60 cents. Which I mean,
overall, you're a long-term value investor, at least with this, with what you're doing here. That's what this is. So for those of you paying attention, this is long-term value investing. What Forrest is showing you is a way to look at the macro environment to figure out a target in which, an indicator can at least give you an idea. Hey, this is a great price statistically to scoop this asset up. And if you notice, he's not talking about diving into some, in and out leverage trade. He's saying, hey, long term, if this is an asset you believe in, if this is an asset, and Forrest, these work pretty well, you feel like, for just about any assets that somebody might believe in. Somebody's an XRP fan, or somebody is, maybe that's not the best use just because of the SEC stuff, but a lot of different alts, you feel like these bands work really well for that purpose.
Yeah, they work great. So here's XRP, for example. XRP is notorious for, actually, it goes up and tags the red, comes back down to the green, right? A little bit of a red, lower band there, rides. And these aren't meant to be like hard buy and sell signals. Like, if you just try to trade these, hard buy this line, hard sell that line, yeah, you're actually probably going to get really, solid signals. But that's not how I use them. I use this as just a guiding light of, all right, how do you avoid major losses? You avoid major losses by not FOMOing in up here, or FOMOing in up here. That's how you lose money in crypto. You think, everyone's talking about XRP. Like, if I remove, it seems obvious when the bands are on, but if I remove these bands and we're just looking at raw price action, you're like, does this have another leg? Is this it? It was, XRP was like $3 last bull market. Is this going to go to like $8? And, we just throw these bands on and we see that up at this level, it's already so overbought that the chances of it going to like $8 is extremely low. It's statistically improbable. So this is just like a guiding light for swing trading and these longer term bets, right? Like, even if we accumulated down here in this green zone here, we had a really nice opportunity to take profits up as we tagged the bottom of the red bands. Right. So if XRP capitulates down to 20 to 26 cents, that's statistically based on what we see historically with this data, like, these are statistically solid places to buy. Now, does that guarantee that you're always going to have a chance to sell at a profit? Like, does that guarantee that that's the bottom of a bear market? No, absolutely not. But you're giving yourself the best chance to not lose money and to actually like make money and get a good entry point. Like, the idea is we want to be buying. We want to be bottom feeders here. Like, we don't want to be buying here. We don't want to be buying here. We don't want to be buying up here. We really don't want to be buying up here. We want to be buying just the bottom of this price action, because over a long period of time, if we're only making purchases when it's down, as long as it's a good asset that bounces back when the narrative shifts, and the narrative is always going to shift back. It's a pendulum. Right? It's bearish, it's bullish, bear market, bull market, takes time. The pendulum will swing back to the bulls eventually. I don't know when that's going to be, but eventually it'll swing. And if you're willing to buy when things look the most dire, right? When it looks like the SEC, like this news over here, I believe this is when the SEC case like came out, March of 2020, when the pandemic, crisis happened. And all markets crashed. Like, if you're willing to buy into that immense fear and you're able to measure it in an objective way and say, like right now, it's not, yes, things are very, very scary right now, very scary. And it feels like it's a great time to buy. It feels like everything's crashing. It's a great time to buy. I actually want more. I want it to go lower. But at the same time, it's like, if you say Bitcoin's going down to 2K, like, I'm going to be like, no, probably not. Like, if you say XRP is going down to like 8 cents, like, I don't care what you think about the fundamentals, like, it's probably not going down to 8 cents unless like the SEC just full on handed it to them and just, crushed them, maybe. But, that's not technicals, that's fundamentals.
This is, I want to just throw something in here real quick, Miguel, while we're talking about long-term stuff. Sorry if I started to cut you off there, but so speaking of long-term investing, one of the things that we've just recently teamed up with Itrust Capital. They ultimately are crypto IRA. So if you're looking to do something a little bit different, maybe something where you are not actively getting in and out, and you're looking with a little bit more, zoomed out long-term, opportunity to continue to put money into the market, Itrust Capital is definitely a great way to do that. we have a link down below the video. And if you use our link, you get $100 for funding rate. So use our link, check it out. At least maybe take a look at it if that's something that you're interested in. Go ahead, Crusader. What were you going to say?
Yeah, I was just gonna answer this question. Somebody asked, "Is the Easy Bands a premium indicator?" I can't find it. Well, the link is down below. It can definitely take you to directly to their website, and you can. It is a premium indicator. How much is the Easy Band indicator?
Yeah, so the Easy Bands are a part of a 5 indicator package. So you also get 4 other indicators: the long, the short margin pressure levels, a high-low trendline scalping tool, as well as some risk-reward levels as well. I actually have tutorials on how to use all of those indicators on the website. So those are all together, it's $399, which if you compare it to comparable products, it's actually considerably less expensive than some other indicator packages.
$399 a year.
$399. But then what you also get is you get a lifetime access to the Smart Money Discord, which is my Discord group that normally costs $9 a month. But if you get the indicators package, you just get to join forever, and you don't have to pay the monthly subscribership fee. My Discord, and if you just want to check out the Discord, it's $9 a month, and I was telling the guys, it's kind of like the blue check mark on Twitter. You don't want to I know there's some good free Discords out there, but especially in the crypto space, you have to keep out spammers and you have to keep out scammers. And if you just have a free Discord and you get scammers and spammers coming in, it really degrades it degrades the value of the Discord really, really quick. So $9 a month. It's like as cheap as you can make it without making it free. And if you make it free, it just you can run into some issues.
Yeah. So Crypto Fam, if you have enjoyed what you've seen tonight, obviously we've been talking about a decent little bit. Check out the links down below the video and see what Forrest is doing. He's been doing this a long time. He was really successful with Token Metrics, really successful on his own. So make sure that you check that out.
And the great thing about these indicators, right, and the reason why we're bringing them on the channel, and the fact that Forrest is here himself, is the fact that a lot of people want to get into trading but don't have the experience, right? And then you have to go figure out all the trend lines. Is this a triangle? And and these indicators help you get experience trading. You're also following tutorials created by the person that created the indicator. You can join the Discord and have access to the creators of this indicator, aka Forrest, right? And get experience along with a community to get you experience, to then eventually you can move beyond these indicators, right? Use them as a foundation and then build on top of it by learning more TA and going more in depth in other ways with TA. And I think that's the great thing about these indicators. They're a very simple, easy way to get experience trading.
Yeah. So Crypto Fam, you already know what time it is. It is mint night. So we are actually going to cut the stream here in just a second. I want to remind everybody, we got some more smart contract stuff to just make sure everything's exactly as it needs to be, buttoned up and ready. I think we actually already know that it is, but we just want to go over some things before the mint this evening. So if you're looking to get involved in the commodities drop, it's happening tonight. I will tell you, there's been a lot of chatter. We're going on FOMO with Loudmouth tonight. That's the Twitter space. It's 11 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. There's been a lot of chatter from that group combined with the people in our Discord last night so there's 2,500 of them. They're going to be 0.01 each. So with the discount on ETH right now, I got to tell you that 0.01 is looking pretty appetizing. Word on the street is those are going to go away really quickly. There's a lot of power-ups within those 2,500 that are really important for the game. The competition is for 5 ETH. Somebody is going to have the opportunity to win 5 ETH. And that's, a lot of ETH. And we want to give that to you. Also, as a reminder, our artist works for DC Comics. So the bullets, beans, and bourbon, when they get revealed, you're going to be, one of them is our Twitter profile, our PFP right now on Danger Close Alpha. So you could check that out. But I'm super excited. You can fill up your bug out bags with your commodities. That helps you for the character drop, which is coming up. We've got the opportunity to win 5 ETH. We've got the commodities. The commodities are going to do a lot of other things as we continue to move forward. We've got a game going. Listen, if you don't get involved with the Discord, if nothing else, jump in there, get involved with our community. Our community is super dope, and we are teaching people and trying to press forward people into the prepping space, ultimately just introducing the idea that, the responsibility is on you to be ready for you and your family. get a game plan together, figure out what that looks like, and join the movement, join Danger Close Alpha. So we would love to have you there.
Yeah, dude, it's the bear market. There's not many opportunities to get 5 ETH by just participating in something, right? You're literally buying something for 0.01. Well, how much is that? $5 or less? What is that?
0.01 right now is going to be about what, $11? What's
$11, and you have the opportunity.
Like
right? You only need one. A lot of people think you need a bunch of commodities. The more commodities you have, the better for you. But you just need one commodity to participate in the game, and you're putting yourself up there for the opportunity to take 5 ETH home.
Michael said, so wait, if there's no limit, someone could theoretically buy 2,400 in one shot. Yes, Michael, they could. It will not make the game as fun. It will be a quick mint. I guess if somebody wants to spend 24 ETH to have the opportunity to win 5 ETH, I mean, hey, I'm all about it. They're gonna have all the answers to every to the entire game. They're just gonna be like King Tut sitting on the throne. You know what I mean?
At that point, we're just gonna have to generate more NFTs so that everybody else can get an opportunity to mint.
No, we're super excited for that. So that'll be this evening, 11 p.m. Guys, if you're not going to get into the Twitter space, which is FOMO with Loudmouth, 11 p.m. that will go live. DangerCloseAlpha.com. That is where the mint is going to be. Well, Forrest, thank you again for coming on. We're going to continue to have Forrest on Monday nights. There's going to be nights, obviously, where, we have a conflict, he has a conflict, whatever, but we're going to continue to bring Forrest on. He's been doing a great job. Love what he's doing. Love the indicator packages that he's using, that he has created. So we're going to keep having him on Mondays for some altcoins. So hopefully, if nothing else, you guys have seen what somebody super experienced in the crypto space is looking at for their top 4 alts right now. And I think that there's something to be said for that. So I hope that you guys got a little bit of love tonight in the altcoin space. So Miguel, you got anything else before we dive out of here?
No, man. No. Just if anybody's interested in the indicator, getting involved with Forrest, links down below. Join his Discord, and go get the indicator, get some experience trading.
You guys could be anywhere tonight, but you are here with Magic. Well, you are here on a Magic Money Monday with Debate Crypto. Magic Internet Money is not here. That was probably what it sounded like I was about to say. But you are here with us on Magic Money Monday. Forrest, thank you again for coming on, brother. We appreciate you.
Yeah, absolutely. Thanks for having me on. It's always a pleasure.
We'll look forward to seeing you again soon. Hey, everybody, if for some reason tonight is the last night that you see us this week because you're doing stuff with family, please be safe. Have fun with your families. Happy Thanksgiving. I'm going to be saying that every day this week just because I don't know who's going to be on each night. So we love you guys. Just remember to question everything.
Trust nothing.
And until next time, hodl
like it's hot.
We'll see you soon.